Fast fashion is like fast food. Slow fashion is why it matters. Welcome to another thrift market in Shanghai, episode 2. It is Silla on air. We're gonna discuss slow and fast fashion and how you can also participate in slow fashion to make everything more sustainable. Come on, let's boogie along and take a look inside. So I guess this is the perfect location to describe what is slow fashion. So slow fashion is kind of like custom-made, non-impulsive buying of clothes. That means that you think carefully and logically and thoughtfully before you buy a piece of clothes, as it will be more sustainable for the environment. It is mindful shopping of better quality produced clothing. But normally those fashion brands are really expensive. Reformation, Rent the Runway, Everlane. But in my mind, I'm not really sure for luxurious brands such as Chanel, Hermes, LV. Does those count as fast fashion or slow fashion? Because they still release their clothes every single season. So let me explain the weird fashion season a bit. Generally, the fashion industry is kind of in the future world. Spring and summer runs from January to June, and the winter-fall collection runs from July to December. There are also two smaller seasons that are resort and pre-fall. The resort is released around October to December, which is around Thanksgiving time before Christmas, hence for holiday wear. That part is slow fashion in the sense that you contain this fashion as a art piece and you showcase twice a year. It's funny how that when we're in summer, but the fashion industry is already prepping for the next season. They're always living in the future, I feel like. This also brings another fact that what is living at the moment and living in the future, because you always need to project and plan in the future, but how much you need to spend at living in the moment. It's a really weird balance of seesaw thing. Slow fashion is better for the environment and it admires fashion in more of a valuable art piece. Each brand and creator has its own taste and style within it. I think that's what makes the process of creating fashion at a really captivating and attracting process. Whenever we dive into creative endeavors and build this thing or express our own opinions through creation, it is a really enjoyable creative flow process, and then it feels you're in like heaven but on land. We create those beautiful things through the creation process. So here I feel like I have time travel and there's a lot of old guys watching me film right here, and we're not going to be afraid of public filming because nobody understands English here. A lot of fun time staring me film in public, but their head gradually turns away. We are in this really vintage shop. This is even more interesting than the other shop that I went to, toys and camera. We got this really cool camera right here. According to what they say, this is in the 50s or something, and I've never ever seen this. This is so cool. You're supposed to like open this thingy up or something. How do you open this? And then like look inside and somehow you take a photo of it or something. And then, oh yeah, you're supposed to take the lens off. This is like the camera. See, this is the old version. And then now I'm talking to you guys with the new version of the camera, which is how time and technology has developed. This is so much fun about thrifting and going to vintage stores. This is way beyond thrifting. This is going into times where technology and things are just starting off in the world. So here I feel like everything has settled down. This really reminds me of how slow pacing of a living people have done in the past, but now I'm just workaholic mode every single day and trying to cram out work at a really fast pace and then forgot about slow living. So here really reminds me of the fact that slow living is so important in life and I should reestablish that mode in my lifestyle, but there's so many things at hand to do and then I just want the dopamine baby. But our psychological mind have not evolved to the point that we can follow up to this speed. We're not made to be a productivity machine. And then we'll bring to this slow fashion part a stop. Moving on. Is ignorance bliss for filming a lot of haul videos and not having the mindset, understanding the behind the scenes of everything. I also fell in the hole of doing massive hauls, and for the past 2 months since I've been back in Shanghai, I have been under this really quarantine minimalistic lifestyle because I don't really need to buy anything and then everything at the house is provided for me. So what on earth is fast fashion? It is bringing those runway clothes but made in cheaper version with polyester to the public in less than 2 weeks. I cannot believe how fast fashion is. It turnovers every 2 weeks. That's why it produces so much pollution and toxic to the environment. And then it also makes our attention and value kind of distorted somehow. So I really want to regain that slow and mindful purchase mindset. I'm kind of tired of filming and walking around in that thrift market, so that's a lot of information for slow and fast fashion. So let's get a coffee break breather. Hey you all, so after shopping around in that old vintage thrift market, I am so tired of the coffee shop here because across the road is a Jewish memorial synagogue. And now we're gonna talk about fast fashion when I go back home because the vibe of the room and fast fashion does not fit together at all. So let's hop on the car and ready to go back home. So we're not the governments, manufacturers, or people with authority that can contribute a lot and change the whole fast fashion industry, but we still got a lot of things that we can do. First thing is obviously think twice before we buy, but there's a whole logic and process that you can go behind this. So the first one is the 5 R's. Refuse, reduce, reuse, repair, and recycle. Those 5 words means a lot of things in your natural life. Refuse kind of just means that you are aware and being mindful of this fast fashion process. That is the first R. The second one is reduce, which is reduce the stuff that we buy. So third R is reuse. Think of how to restyle your clothes. And then repair is try to sew back your clothes. So I'm gonna learn some sewing mechanisms and stuff. Fifth one is recycle. Maybe resell your clothes on Depop, Poshmark, or local thrift stores, or donate them to a charity or something. The most obvious way is to contribute to thrift store purchases. That is a really easy version where everyone can get a dip into the pond of slow fashion. And also assess your wardrobe before buying. That is also the refuse way, because you rethink and be mindful so it doesn't get crumbled up altogether. Your mind can be really clearly on what you're gonna buy and not contribute a lot of waste. So we're gonna talk fashion like this in a really fashionable position because I'm kind of tired. I've just got home for a little while and have good habits as I was told to be the good. Yes, I am lounging around again. So continue to where we left off in the car. The next biggest point is think
quality over quantity. Just like YouTube videos, quality over quantity. Make sure the clothes can last long and it has fine, good quality fabric. No polyester. Polyester, we say no to polyester as slow fashion believers, you know. Fast with slow fashion and thrifting, the size of the clothes can be kind of annoying sometimes, so we can also build some side hobbies with sewing machines. My sewing machine is on way back in Spain and I learned how to use it, and it was a big old mess when I first learned it. And for sure have taught me a lot about sewing and all the basic things, and I'm so excited to create and alter my own clothes. And then the last point is that fast fashion is the last resort of buying clothes, because you know sometimes we just want those trendy pieces with those trends in mind, and it's sometimes really hard to urge and not follow up with trends if you think this piece of clothes and that trend matches with your current style. So perfect, we can give it a shot, but make sure the fast fashion clothes is still in good quality. Don't aim for like really cheap fast fashion company. Like, so this is the video for now, and chill and lounge because I stayed up all night to edit a video last night. Again, it's like stupid, but you know, time to say goodbye. Support slow fashion, and I'll see you guys next week again. Stay safe and love you all.